War Eagle, and welcome to Everything Auburn, the monthly podcast where we bring a new member of the Auburn family here to talk about what they do and who they are and what makes Auburn special. I'm joined this time by a wonderful guest, Bobby Woodard, the Senior Vice President of Student Affairs.
That's correct.
Heck of a title you got there, sir. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, this podcast is a particularly special one because it is Auburn University at its best is when students are on campus, and no time better when we get new students on campus, a thing that your office is particularly well suited to welcoming.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that's the most exciting time of the year for you.
It is. Everybody gets fired up. Everybody's excited. They don't know what's coming with the school year. Everybody's happy. When
First time on their own,
learning out life.
Isn't it the best?
Right.
I do remember my first few months on campus, and I think, my head was spinning for almost the entirety of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's our job, is to make sure it doesn't spin and that you make connections really quickly. So that's good. I appreciate you telling us.
Hey, it was a fun time. It was really great. So before we get into the first few weeks on campus for a student, just very quickly, if you could tell people who you are, what you do. I'm sure students will see you a lot on campus, so it'd be nice for them. I know that guy. I know what he does. He's a friend.
Sure. Well, I've been here 12 years, going on my 12th year here at Auburn, and my job really is to be the chief advocate for all of our students. Right now, it's 34,143 of them, and it's my job to be their chief advocate. So it's not only to the senior administration, to the faculty, with their parents sometimes, but also with the town and gown issues with the city. So my job is truly to be the chief advocate. We're going to challenge the students, but at the same time, we're going to support. So that's my role, is to do that here at Auburn.
Wonderful. The way I always heard it described when I was a student, this might be an oversimplification, was student affairs encompasses everything that's not classwork and homework and tests, everything that's not academic, not necessarily black and white, but for general purposes.
So I can describe it in two different ways.
Please do.
So the first way is organized chaos.
Love that.
Again, there's 34,000 18 to 22-year-olds. So that's organized chaos. Our job is to keep it in the bumper guards in there. The other way I would say is you come to Auburn to get an education. The academic side of the house is what you learn inside. You'll get an Auburn degree here. What we do, we give you an Auburn education. That's the difference.
I like that. That's a good elevator pitch. That's good. Got to start the indoctrination.
That's right.
And as part of that, obviously, if you can, you see our set here, we've got it decorated with a few particular dressings here, which I love. Notably, though, the most exciting few days that you guys do is the first 56, this big event. It's the first 56 days on campus. I think I saw it was 300 plus activities.
Almost 400 this year.
How have you managed to squeeze 400 activities into 56 days?
So
is wild.
We really want you to feel a part of our campus. When you go anywhere, research will tell you the first 6 weeks, first 56 days, which is almost 8 weeks, is how you begin to feel part of a campus, whether or any town that you go to. So to be part of a community. So we said, well, how can we help with that? So how we want you to be a part of our Auburn campus is because you'll be more successful if you feel that you're a part of it. So we're going to hold events where we're going to give you free food, events, get you out of your dorm room, get you out of your apartment. And so what we really want you to do is come to campus, see other people like you, find your people.
Love that.
And that's where the first 56 comes from. And the name, we were founded in 1856. So instead of the 6 weeks, we did the 8 weeks, which is about 56 days. So we'll start at move-in and go through the beginning of October. And that's really how we got the first 56. And it's right at 400 events that are academic and non-academic all together.
That's incredible. And, there is nothing better for a college student than some free food and or a T-shirt.
Well, and the first week we give away a lot of free food and a lot of T-shirts.
I can imagine.
Now, the students pay for it in their tuition, and that's how we get it. But it makes you want to go out and do that. We makes you want to get out and say, hey, I can get a free meal or I can get a T-shirt, and you'll see somebody talk to somebody in the line. And it really is nice. It's a great community. We want to show you how good the community really is.
Right. And it's not just, you get a whole host of staff of people who help you out with this. But there's so many different events that you do. I have here a list of 56 things to do in your first 56 days.
Okay.
There's a lot on here. And I'm going to spare everybody listening the me reading a list because reading is not my strong suit. But there are a few notable things on here I think would be really great. Obviously, the most notable that I have on this list is represented here, which is the one that bears your namesake, the Waffles with Woodard.
Yes.
You've been doing this event for quite a while.
Yes.
A handful of years at least. What is Waffles with Woodard from your experience?
So first, I would like to make it noted publicly. I hate that picture because it
how about this? For
has
the
my head on it.
The rest of the time we will.
Oh, I like that even
I'll do
better.
that.
That looks good. So I will say when I got here in 2014, I did an interview. It was called Take 5.
Okay.
And it was with the student media, and we did that. We put it out, and they talked about places you like to go and so forth. And one of them was I like the Waffle House. I enjoy going to the Waffle House. It's easy, it's quick, and I like to people watch. You can do a lot of people watching at the Waffle House.
You most certainly can.
And so when I went there and they started talking about, we want to introduce you to campus, but to start with the first 56, we want to have an event. And last name's Woodard, so it started with Waffles with Woodard.
Love a good alliteration.
That's right. And so the first year, we actually did it in the ballroom. And we had our campus partner, our dining program, Tiger Dining, to actually do the waffles that year. Mm-hmm. Well, we started talking more about it and said, how can we step this up a little bit? So I started talking more about the Waffle House. And then someone mentioned, there's a Waffle House truck. I was like, there's not. And there is. There's two. And they come out of Atlanta. And so we called them and booked them, and that's how it started. And then about 6 years ago, we started with a T-shirt, and you would think that we were giving out free tuition.
I'm telling you, the things that students will do, I'm not too brave to say that I'll do it too for a free T-shirt or a free meal.
Oh,
is
yeah.
pretty low. I mean, I will do a lot for a free meal or free shirt.
And, you know, it's at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I love it.
So, and it's usually the first day or the second day of class. And so what we started to doing was we started with 500 waffles. Well, we ran out of waffles fairly
About
quickly.
10 minutes, yeah.
So we went to 1,000 to 1,500. Then we added bacon to it. And we had a little bit of hash browns. And we went back to just the bacon and the waffles. And then we started adding the T-shirt. And we extended. We went to 2 trucks. Then we went to back to 1 truck. And so it is crazy the number of people that will mention it. Or I got a text this summer from one of our students that used to work in our office that's in London on a study abroad, and she showed one of the shirts. Somebody's over there wearing a shirt.
I'll tell you what, man, this is it is one of the best things I've ever seen.
You know, one of the things that we struggle with is how we're going to design the shirt. I am not a designer.
That's okay.
I can know what I like and what I don't like. And the first year, they didn't show me that my face was on this shirt because I wouldn't have approved it. And so I didn't know until the day of. And at that point, what do? You got 1,000 shirts and
a line of hungry students.
That's exactly right. So you give out the shirt. So I thought I made a point of saying, hey, we shouldn't do that next year. And I wasn't as firm enough because next year my head was back on the shirt. And they pop up at bowl games and so forth. So we struggle with that design because we really want, now it's become a tradition.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's become something that people want.
To me, it's like the Creed, the Eagle, Tiger Walk, Waffles with Woodard. Like it's up there.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie to you, Carter. It's one of the best days because I get to go out there for about 4 hours. Even after we run out of waffles, we'll give something else out. Mm-hmm. But I go out there and I get to see the students. I get to talk to them. I get to see the new students, the returning students that say, hey, I've got it every year I've been here. And we talk about where they're from, what they're here studying, what do you want to do, what are you going to do to change the trajectory of your life. It is a great day, and we've had the therapy dogs out there with us. We've had Albie out there with us.
We had Dr. Duggan here a few weeks ago and he brought Dr. Rooster with him.
Exactly.
And
Rooster will be there.
It was the best.
Yep. And Dr. Nessie, which just don't take a water bottle near her because she will attack it.
That's right.
But it is a great place to see people. And one of the best things about it, I mean, it's free food. It's a free T-shirt. I enjoy it. But the students get to see that we're a community.
Yeah.
We care more about you than just you going to class, which is why you came here. We really want to know who you are, what are you about, and hopefully you'll find somebody in that line to talk to and just strike up a conversation.
Well, it's been a very common theme. I've been doing this podcast for a year now, and it's been a very common theme of almost every guest we've had on here talking about the Auburn family. And it's so cliche, and we talk about it all the time. And I like to say, like, from the outside, everyone says it's a family and it's all that, but like, it really is different, and it's not it's hard to kind of quantify what that really means.
I 100% agree. This is my fourth university in 4 states.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, when I interviewed here and I was flying back home, I called my wife and I said, hey, if we make it to the next level or stage, you need to come back with me. And her first thing was, why? And I said, well, it's just a little different. And she said, it's just another college town. At that point, we've been in 3 out of 4 of our schools were college towns, or 2 out of 3. And she said, I said, no, there's something different. And when she came down, we did make it to the next round, and we came down, and she goes, I think you're right.
Yeah.
And neither one of us have a degree from this place, but Auburn will give you what you get put into it. And it is a great place. It is, we really do care about you as a person and not just you as a student that comes here.
Yeah. Kurt Sasser was on here last year around Christmas, and he did a thing that he often says, which is, I know Auburn and Auburn knows me.
That's
which
right.
is a really great statement, which I really love. But I've made my rounds. I've been to a few different universities as well. And I remember the first time I was at a different university, I was like, okay, well, I've had this Auburn creed, this really great, this is who we are, this is what we do, this is what we believe. I started looking for similarities. Like, where's this version of it here? Or what's that? And I didn't realize until that moment that it is very unique. And it's always something that, as an Auburn alum, as an Auburn employee, I always find myself like leaning back on, because it's this really great North Star. And then you see that exude itself in so many different events, what we do with the First 56 and how we welcome in new students, and what we do at Camp War Eagle, even going as far as when you're first time as a student, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
And you see it in so many different places. And that's really the Auburn family thing. And that's what kind of makes it different from everyone else who says family.
That's right. I agree. And the Auburn Creed, I mean, it's on at least 3 different places on campus that I know of. But it's not just words. It's not just a creed that we say. It's something that the people at Auburn and the Auburn students live in their day-to-day life, and that's what makes it so special.
Right.
And Auburn, we don't create just graduates. We create students and people that are going to make a difference in this world, and that goes back to the creed, and that's why it's so special.
And there's so many people I talk to as well that are jealous of the fact that I get to live here after being an alum, that I get to still be here and come back to campus. I was talking to somebody else the other day. I was like, oh, yeah, I took a break, went on a little walk, got myself some lemonade. You know, it was great. And I still get to do that. And then the amount of people like, I just wish I could still do that just yearn to be back here. It's a treat. But I do want to kind of go back to this list, if you will. Okay. Do you have any, there's so many different things on here that are really great. Another fun one that I saw on here, which I wanted to see if you've ever participated in, is call the FOI desk and test their knowledge. Yeah,
you should have asked them how many balls or jelly beans will fit into to Jordan-Hare Stadium.
That's a good one. The famous one I heard is how many bricks there are on campus, which is obviously one that's actively changing as we're building new buildings on campus.
That is true. If you look at my Instagram, we took some bricks away.
That's a good point. So tell me about this patio project you're doing here, because I did see you the other day operating some very heavy machinery.
Oh, yeah. We've heard from students for a while that our patio... Okay, let's back up. The Melton Student Center is supposed to be the living room of the campus. It's supposed to be a place that you come and you're comfortable and you want to spend time. You see people, you're being seen. You can get something to eat. You can relax a little bit with a game room or get food. But we heard from the students is that they needed more spaces to sit outside. In Alabama, for the most part, we can sit outside a lot of the 12 months out of the year.
Heck yeah, we can. Until you evaporate in July.
That's exactly right.
Right.
And so we wanted to think, okay, how can we improve that? How can we make a better study spot, another meeting space? How can we do that? With the students talked about they needing more space, they wanted more outdoor space. So when we moved the Starbucks downstairs, we took a full service. The Starbucks was on the second floor in the Melton Student Center, and we moved it to the bottom floor and made it a full service Starbucks, food and everything. We knew that the students were going to come, the campus was going to come. We needed more space.
Right.
So we started listening to some students, talking to the students, listening to feedback, and from alums actually would give us feedback. And so we decided to start a project with SGA. SGA came to us with this idea, and we decided to start a project, and it was approved by the Board of Trustees. And so we're going to renovate that, make a screen outdoors, more covered seating, a little more seating to where it can be moved around a little bit more, so you're not fixated in a certain spot. And to everybody's mainly happy,
Right.
is that we're getting rid of the half wall. The half wall is taking a lot of knees out.
It's taken a few of mine as well. I've ripped up a shin or two on that brick wall.
But now our skateboarders and our parkour students are very unhappy with me, and they've let me know that on social media.
I could see that. I could see that. But that's kind of the life of it,
that's right.
And that's going to happen. But I was curious, though. I mean, you get to have such a touch point with the students, right? And obviously, as we talked about, Waffles with Woodard is a great event for you. You take that one out. Yeah. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to the most this academic year? The things, I'm sure athletic events are up there, and you get to see the students out in full force and all the different things that get to happen here on the green space, which you're right, you get to see stuff happen on the green space all the time, I'm sure.
I'm very, very lucky because my office is in the student center. Mm-hmm. So I'm in the heart of campus for the most part, and I get to see the transit hub so people come on and off. The things that I like to see is I get rejuvenated every year when I get to see move-in. People are exhausted. Parents are a little nervous about leaving their most precious resource with us, the students are so excited. And then when the parents leave, the students, whether they admit it or not, they're a little sad because they're a little unsure what's going to happen.
Yep.
But that first day of class or the weekend before the classes start, the students are finding their groove. Mm-hmm. They're getting in. They're meeting new people. I got to admit that the first 3 weeks of class is amazing. Mm-hmm. You don't know what you don't know yet. You're still learning new stuff. You're still open to new stuff. Some people are a little reserved. So I look forward to that first 2 to 3 weeks of campus because you get to see so many people around. Everybody's going to class. Everybody's trying to find their class. They're going to the bookstore. Mm-hmm. And usually by the second week, we'll have a home football game, and then they get to see all the white tents come, and they get to see the game, and hopefully we walk away with a win, and it makes everybody happy. They get to roll tumors for the first time as a student. Mm-hmm. So for me, it really is those first couple of weeks of school that we get to see that. We have some pretty big events. We have sorority recruitment. Oh, yeah. It's a big event. It lasted about 10 days with these young ladies coming through and going through that. You got the marching bands back. You got... Everybody, most of the sports are coming back. The faculty are back on campus, so it comes alive.
It is a very different place. Auburn it's a tale of two different cities. There's 2.5 months in the summer and about 3 weeks in December and January where it's very different. But the rest of the year, it is so much more alive on campus with the full force of the student body here.
I agree. I tell people all the time.
It's harder to find parking.
It is harder to find parking.
Besides that.
But I get paid never to leave college, which is a really great thing to say when you're a grown-up and you do this for a living. Mm-hmm. Because you get to go to work, and yes, there's a lot of stuff we have to deal with that are not so good sometimes, and that impact people's lives forever. But for the most part, every day we can have an opinion or we can have an input and how somebody is going to set the trajectory for their life a little better than they were when they came in. That's what's so important about college. That's what's so different about Auburn. We actually care what you're going to do after graduation. Mm-hmm. Not you just to get a degree. We want to know how we can help you. And the alums do a really good job on that too, giving back.
A few weeks back, we had Christine Drew with the Eagles program on here as well, and we were talking about you learn a lot at college, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, your education, you said earlier, like you're going to get a degree, you're going to learn a trade, you're going to learn a skill set that helps you in your career moving forward, right? But there's so much you learn in college about being a person, being who you are, that it was, it's so much fun. You even think of it you just mentioned those first 3 weeks on campus. I remember my parents left, I moved in, my parents left, and there was about 2 hours where I just sat on my bed and I was like, well... just got to figure it out.
That's right. What do you get? Nobody's going to tell me what time to be home, where to go. I got to make sure I eat. Yeah. Nobody's going to have food for me.
And it was just this really sobering moment. Yeah. And then, but I'll never forget it. And then those first few weeks, a lot of figuring out, a lot of learning. But I look back at it with so much reverence that I just really, I'll never get to, experience again. But I see people have it. Move-in day is always
It's
good people watching there too.
It is great. I love to people watch. It is great to people watch. I can tell you when I first got here, I rode the bus for 2 hours. Oh, and if you really got some time, you got to go ride the transit bus. Get off of one and get on another one. Get off of one and get on another one. Just watch people. It'll tell you a lot about our community and what people want to do to help the other person out. But I think when you go and you look at our community, you get to see that hey, I'm about to do something that I'm a little nervous. I'm about to take a step, and our job is to help them. It's to have the bumper guards.
Right.
Like in bowling, again, we want you to fail a little bit, but we're going to help you fail forward. And so that's what's so important about it here is that we really want you to find your niche, your people. With those 400 plus events that we'll have with over 500 student organizations, there's a group for you. I mean, we used to have a group when I first got here, the Underwater Basket Weaving Club. And we don't have it anymore.
I do remember this was a famed group.
That's right, and because you don't have enough people to be a part of it, and I guess it's gone by the wayside or the poolside, however you want to say that.
Well, be careful. You talk about it here. That's
true.
how you got Waffles with Woodard. You might be becoming the face of the Underwater Basket Weaving Club.
Oh, man, that'd be a bad day for everybody. I'm not an artistic person to have those fine motor skills, but it is really nice to see people come and see that they're so excited about what can hold for the future for them. The other thing I'll say, and I'll stop with this, but they don't know what they don't know. So the world is open. You're 18 years old. You're coming here, and you get to decide, no matter where you came from, you get to decide where you go and what you become.
Right.
That is what's so important. And man, I just love it. I love my job. I love what we do. The First 56 is a great way to dip your toe in the water.
Right.
And that's what we want to make sure you do.
Yeah. And it obviously the college experience, the involvement, student affairs experience goes past the first 56 days. Obviously that's the focus as it starts, but it is a year-round endeavor.
That's exactly what we care about. Every part of you, that you're here, and for the whole 4 years, maybe 5 for some of our students.
Nothing wrong with a victory lap.
We want to make sure that you're here, and we work well with our campus partners. But again, you're here for an academic degree first.
Right.
And so we're going to help support that, because if you're happy outside, you got everything together outside, you got a friend group that helps with your mental health, it helps with your social network, you'll do better in the classroom.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and I mean, your GPA is even better. When you get involved, our average GPA now is like a 3.4, and if you're involved in organizations or in a leadership position, it goes to a 3.59. And they're like, oh, that's not a big difference. That's hard to go that 0.19.
That's a lot.
And so that's why we want you to get involved.
All right. Well, and then to kind of wrap it up here, some notable events that are some of the big ones here. Obviously, the big concert that happens every year. There's pizza and popsicles with the president.
Without a doubt. And I highly encourage everyone to look at Pizza and Popsicles with the president. You get to meet Dr. Roberts and Tracy, the First Lady, and they're very welcoming. They'll talk to you. You get one-on-one with them. But let me tell you a quick story.
Oh, this is great. This is why I wanted a podcast.
So this is no lie. Like 2 years ago, we were at the president's house, and now it's getting renovated this year. So we'll move Pizza and Popsicles with the president. But we're at the president's house, and there in Pizza and Popsicles, we have you can putt, you got ice cream, you got pizza, we got cornhole out there, a couple other games. And I was sitting over to the side, and the guy knew no one. He came up, knew no one, but they were playing cornhole, and he walks up to this group and asks to play cornhole. And I kind of hang out, linger around, talking to other students. And by the time he left, him and the girl he were playing cornhole with had a date that next night.
Matchmaker.
And I was like, so y'all came here and you met a date. I talked to both of them, and I was like, you actually, I said, y'all know each other? Didn't have any idea. One's from out of state, one's from in-state. They met playing cornhole. They got put on the same team, or the opposite team, so they're on the same side. And I saw them about 4 weeks later. They were still talking. Okay. I wouldn't say dating is what she told me.
I didn't ask, and I saw the guy,
the world anymore. But they keep. I see them occasionally. Again, I think they're juniors this year, if I got it right. And I'll see them occasionally, not together. They're no longer together. But I can't believe Pizza and Popsicles. You not only get to meet the president, you might possibly get a date out of it.
You never know who's going to be there.
That's right.
It could just be somebody there special for you.
The funny thing is their first date was at another First 56 event, because they both said it's free food. We might as well go together. So
don't have to decide.
I got to give them credit.
You don't have to decide who pays if the food is free.
Don't have to decide who pays. You can still mingle a little bit.
That's good.
It worked well. So we didn't have that intended consequence. But the good thing about it is they made a connection. But that's one I will never live down, because I actually thought it was interesting that we actually left Pizza and Popsicles with the president with 2 of our students going out on a date with each other.
That is wonderful. You never know.
Yep.
Well, I would encourage any students or any parents of students to encourage your students to look up First 56, find some events, attend it. Who knows who you might find.
That's right.
And especially if I get two recommendations, the pizza with popsicles with the president. I can't remember the correct order of those too many P words there. They get blended in my brain.
Pizza and popsicles with the president.
There you go. Waffles with Woodard. We're not going to look at the picture on the back side of this, but it is there. And if they need any more information, your website, the student affairs.
It is aub.ie/first56 calendar.
Look at you, media trained. Right
there you go.
That's good. As well as your information is all on there as well.
Yeah, my information's on there, or you can follow us on Instagram at Auburn Students, or AU Students, or at War Eagle Woodard. If you really get bored and you just want to swipe through some
we
stuff.
got to find you getting rid of that retaining wall over there.
Got it, retaining
That's where
wall.
it is.
I don't know what we have next, but the students come up with the ideas, and a couple people in our creative office come up with the ideas. Here's a sneak peek, though. We might have a special guest doing a cameo in one of them soon.
All right. Well, I'll turn on the notifications.
There you go.
Appreciate it. All right. Well, thank you for listening to Everything Auburn. Bobby, I appreciate you spending some time and talking with us. And then I want to say, Albie, we never really got to you during the podcast. If you want to finish it out and give me some of your final thoughts here before we head home. War Eagle. Well, I couldn't have said it better myself. For Albie and Bobby Woodard, my name is Carter. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back again next month. And War Eagle.